The first story is from subreddit Am I the Asshole? And okay, so it starts off by Reddit user jnuck883. Am I the asshole for not wanting to fall asleep on the phone with my long distance significant other? Okay,
Mm.
bit of context, but won't get into too much detail because it's arbitrary. Basically, me and my girlfriend have been dating since the start of this year, been friends for even longer. We both graduated high school and will be in the same city for college starting in the fall. Over the summers, she goes and lives with her dad, who happens to live thousands of miles away from me, so we are basically in a temporary long distance. So here's the root of the issue. We treat long distance very differently. She wants to spend hours and hours on the phone, even if we aren't actively conversing. I only want to be on the phone if there is something to talk about or do. Not saying I only speak to my girlfriend for productive conversations, but I just don't see the merit in being on the phone and not saying a word to each other. Of course, I enjoy talking to her, and we text pretty much constantly, but at times it feels like her mental state depends on how much attention I'm giving her, which is quite a lot of pressure. So, naturally, what to do around bedtime has sort of become a big hinge issue for us. I find falling asleep on the phone or FaceTime to be practically useless, but for her, it helps her get to sleep easier. My issue with it are that it overheats your phone, eats through data, and can cause alarms to not ring in the morning, etc. It's not like we are talking or can see each other given it's dark when we're sleeping. I don't enjoy having a camera and microphone on me when I'm just trying to relax and sleep or play a game on my computer or get some work done or whatever it is. I often feel terrible when I tell her I don't want to because I know it hurts her feelings and makes her feel unwanted. But it makes me feel uncomfortable. Honestly, I feel like I have grown resentment to it because it low key feels childish. Anyways, I digress. Am I the asshole? Okay. What's your take?
I think for me, I don't think he's an asshole, but I think that they should talk about it. I think that they talked, right?
I
Have
think
they?
I think he's said it a couple times, but he doesn't. I mean, he knows that it makes her sad.
I wonder if it's reached to the point that he wants to break up with her, or this is just what is his feeling leads to. Is it that he's feel exhausted, or? But I think that he mentioned maybe he feels uncomfortable. Um, I have to admit that I never thought that I can have a phone call with someone like the entire night too, or have it on like just to give it a context that we are one of those couple that would have like phone on the bedside, just even though like it's dark, you don't see it, you don't see each other, but sometimes it feels safe, but I have to also say that usually I'm not that kind of person that I would not allowed, but I wouldn't. I don't see the merit of it. That why would you have it on? Like
Mm-hmm.
just say good night and like blah. But for us, I think that it's something that you would like, and I think that okay, let's just try. Let's see how it works. And actually, I'm not bothered by it, and I'm happy to do it. I mean, if one day you tell me that oh, let's not have it anymore because of the phone he overheat or like it's fine. I'm okay to not doing it, and I wouldn't feel offended by it.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been doing it for you.
จริงเหรอ?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, it's like 70% is
Oh.
for you.
Oh, then we can have it off.
Oh, okay. I just thought you enjoyed having it on because like we would video call every night,
Yeah.
obviously. I think it's normal, but then I just didn't know how to hang up or I just felt like okay, we'll just leave it on and I thought if I initiated like okay, bye, it would be kind of weird.
No, actually like 60% I do it because of you.
No way. Okay, well,
Really?
we're just experiencing this now. But we talked about not this exactly, but we talked about um how being on it's not the issue is not always being on the phone, right? So for example, in my relationship with you, it doesn't feel intrusive to have you on the camera or
Mm-mm.
be the microphone on or have the microphone on. But I have, in other relationships, sometimes it felt like um I was being watched or like, yeah, I didn't feel as comfortable, or I didn't feel as comfortable, and I felt almost like draining. So I understand how this guy feels for sure, and then I just feel, yeah, he should communicate. And some people, like, I obviously she's expressed it that she doesn't feel, or it makes her feel sad when he doesn't reciprocate. I mean, it could be that she's not comfortable, or she's staying with her dad, but maybe she doesn't like the house or something that she's staying, and she just feels more comfortable, or it helps her sleep faster. Maybe you can say that after you fall asleep, maybe we can hang up the phone or something like
Yeah.
that. And if it's overheating the phone, yeah, so just be like, when your phone is overheating, go ahead and hang up or something like that. Maybe.
I kind of get it if it's part of the device that you don't want it to get overheated, or
Mhm.
because I remember saying it to you that, oh my god, like, because the battery it's bloated,
Yeah.
and I am, for safety reasons, like, no, 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 let's not do it anymore, because I'm also afraid I don't want it to be exploded next to you and you wouldn't know what's gonna happen,
Yeah.
like, what if it just cause fire? And yeah, I'm just thinking way too much. But
No, I was like, hey, are you sure it's like you're not worried about your phone? Because for me, I mean, I even like got a old like burner phone to
yeah,
use. So like at night, I would transfer the call to like an old phone. So I'm like, okay, if this messes up the battery life or whatever, or burns in the screen, like I don't care. It's like, so I thought, so I was so I was thinking for you, because yeah, and I was like, don't you like, for me, I, like we talked about before, I just feel bad for like things. So like
yeah.
even me like leaving the aircon on all night, I feel like, man, it's like it must be wearing the parts, or like it seems exhausting for the air conditioning to be working all night. So like, yeah, so I was like even asking, I was like, are you sure you're okay with like your phone, like the phone you use
I
every
mean,
day?
we bought it, or
Yeah.
I bought it to use it.
Yeah.
So this is part of like using it. It's fine. But I get where you're coming from. But
Yeah.
see, we communicate now,
Yeah.
so
So
we know that
communicate.
like we don't need to do for just the
Yeah.
thing that we do for the other person. Actually, it's fine. So I think that it's, you just need to lay it out. The reason, not the reasons, but I think it's just the matter of like just communicating and let the other person know, and then we should both learn and also like find a way, like what you said, that, oh, if she feels that, oh, she couldn't sleep, if he's not on the phone with her, then they're fine. Find a way that maybe you guys talk until she falls asleep, and then you slowly hang up. But then text her like, hey, you already slept. Let's talk tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
So let her feel that she feels safe and that he cares.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think that would be the case.
Yeah.
I'm still.
The first thing would be to establish like maybe like why does she value being on the phone so much? Is it she feels like, um I mean, is it like she doesn't trust him, like she's worried like he's bringing other girls over? Then that's obviously a red flag, or something that you need to work on, like your trust issues. Or is it like she has night terrors, and like it's scary, and like she wants to be able to wake up and not feel alone? Like some
Yeah.
people I know leave the TV on all night because like the silence scares them. And so if you find out the reason why she values this so much, then maybe you can address that.
Try to
So
hear her out first.
right,
What is the
definitely.
reasons? Yeah.
So the first comment, by Hobby X Brown, quoted the OP saying, I fall asleep on the phone or FaceTime to be, I find falling asleep on the phone or FaceTime to be practically useless, but for her, it helps her get to sleep easier. And they replied, so if it helps her, how is it useless? Pretty much what he's saying is that something that you don't find useful to yourself may be useful to someone else. And
Yeah.
if it's helping her, then it's not useless. So him saying that it's feels useless to him is, they're saying it's not proper or not polite to say that or something. But in a sense, this is his post. He's saying how he feels. So I think he has his right to say, I get that she puts some, huge value on keeping the phone on, but, honestly, I don't see what's so special about it. And I think he's allowed to say that. So it comes down to communicating, find out why is it important for her to have it, and maybe you can address that issue. Is she scared? Is she not trusting? something else, So I think it comes down to communicating, what is this, what is the value that she's getting from this, and maybe you can fulfill that value in a different way.
Maybe here, one, he should get a burner phone, and second, he should connect with Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Because it seems like my issues
With the data.
Yeah, it's overheated, your phone, and also eat through data, and can cause alarms. Can cause, is it already caused it or not? So I think it just, I mean, in a way, like the commenter really pointed out, like if it's helpful for her, it
should have value already.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he just, I don't know what's his issue about this apart from like this, because all of this that he stated here, it can be fixed.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like, this can be fixed by having another phone. I think he just doesn't want to be on a phone all night, which is fine. But talk to her about it and find a solution that, if she feels that she's scared and it will help her just to fall asleep, then be on the phone with her until she falls asleep. Or find her like, maybe I get you like lavender tea. Or find other solution
to help her fall asleep.
Yeah.
But what if she's like, no, the thing is I just want to be able to wake up in the middle of the night and see that you're there. Even though it's a dark screen, I know you're on the other side of the dark screen. And he's just kind of like, like I'm stuck doing it.
Like, what would you do?
Oh, okay. What would I do?
I think knowing you still.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably do it. Okay, so yeah, if I was okay, so if she communicated that I'm scared at night, then of course I would feel like, okay, great, I want to be there for you, and if that makes you feel comfortable, great, then I will do that for you. But if she's like, well, like I don't know what you're doing at night, and I don't know if like, I don't know if someone's coming over at the house, and I'd be like, well, like I don't want to have a security camera on me, There's a difference between having this like magical portal that connects us and makes us feel like we're miles away but we're also still together, and then there's like being in your jail cell being watched by the guard. So I would say that those are very different things. And so yeah, I think definitely communicate, and hopefully they can come to an understanding.
I think it's, before we move on to the next one, I think that it's coming from which perspective you want to look at this, right? Because when you say that, I don't want to feel like I'm being watched, vice versa, that the other person might reading through this, and then actually she might be scared of something and she wants you to be, so you're like her safety blanket, so it's just a perspective, like how you want to see it. Because I think that, like, I have to say, like, sometimes when I'm having a nightmare and I'm like, and I just call your name, like, it's also like good to know that, like,
that's
you're
why
there.
I do it, because like I know you
express
that
but I mean, like,
me.
it doesn't have to be, we don't have to do it all the time, like once a while it's fine, or if you want to do it every day still, we can still keep it.
I'm doing it for you.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying, that like maybe, but what you're also sharing, it's also like great. Maybe if you talk, you know more about like what she thinks. Maybe she is hiding that she is really jealous of you and she's like not trusting you. That's why she want to have it. And then that, that's actually like her issue. So you fix an issue from the root.
Yeah, I think so too. I would say I would say I want more information, but from what we're given, I would say he's not the asshole. I mean, it's okay to feel uncomfortable, and you can express that. But yeah, I think I would like to see that they communicate, and I think it comes down to the value, not so much just the simple action of like being on the camera. Like what service or what value are you fulfilling to her? And like what does that gesture mean to her? And then maybe they can find a balance in that. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Next one.